Hi Nick, just wanted to share my result of the Deserted Island challenge that you put out. Now I've never done a challenge, so this was my first one, but it was fun to do. You told us to be creative and to choose wisely. The piece of scrapbook paper I chose happened to be two-sided, and it happened to have one side that was full of embellishments, so it made it kind of easy. So I might try it again without the cheating paper, but anyways, the other items I chose for my 4 extras was a piece of corrugated cardboard that I use for lines, the ink pad, and some cheesecloth, because with cheesecloth you can decorate anything, so that worked out. Now, the tie was probably the most difficult to come up with. I just used a piece of floss, and I made a little tube of paper to elevate my little hand-cut heart here. Hopefully that's focusing for you. Anyways, so that worked out. It made me a little post that I can hook the floss to. On the front there's just an embellishment as well as the cardstock, or the designer paper. I made a bow out of cheesecloth. Now this one here says, "How do I love thee, let me count the ways." Of course I didn't choose a writing utensil, so instead I took a roll of paper and dipped it into ink and made a circle here for number 1. So when I fill this out, I'm going to be able to write all the different reasons I love my husband. And this is 2. I made a little tuck pot up there. Try that again. Tuck spot with a piece of paper inside. And again, use the cheesecloth to decorate. With the same tube on the other end, I squeezed the ends to make the heart shape, so I have a second stamping utensil. And I just used my coffee dyed paper that I had. And I made one of your specialty multi-layer. Yours are loose normally, but I attached it to the edge of the paper and did some stitching on there. Number 4. The hearts. I chose this one for the inside, and I made a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side with a fold out, using the decorations as well. Cut up some of the paper to make trims. Little belly band, again with the cheesecloth. Little pocket, or a fold up. And again, cheesecloth came in handy. The hardest part was putting the holes in the tags. Ringing. Anyways, the hardest part was getting the gauze and floss inside the little tiny hole that I had to create with the tip of my scissors. On this one here, I didn't have red paper, but I cut this out with my scissors, made little teeth marks on it, and then just folded this piece and just pressed that into the ink pad to make red paper. And then made a couple little tuck spots in there. And because we didn't have paper clips, I didn't know how I was going to hold the little envelope that I had made from scratch with little papers inside. But by using a piece of the designer paper, which is pretty stiff cardstock, I put a little bit of glue on the end to make it kind of a squeezy tool, so it just holds it together, sort of, anyways. Plus it adds another tab. Made another little tuck spot here, and again I used the same technique with the ink. Just put the piece of paper on the ink pad and squeezed it. And then this is made with the corrugated cardboard. Just by moving it about, I created this design of a stamp. A little tuck spot here, belly band there. Oops. And I folded a piece of ribbon, or a piece of paper to make kind of a ribbon. Another little tuck spot in there. And I made a little X for a kiss out of cross stitch. Whatever this stuff, floss, that's what it's called. And that's the end of the book. Anyways, 2 little signatures, worked out great. Thank you very much for the challenge. It was fun doing, and I had some creative time, and it was nice to remember how to go back to the basics and just do for fun of doing. Thanks again.